What up, though? Did you have a good weekend? You rest, you party, you hungover right now? Which one of the above? I went to the UFC fights on Saturday, and it was awesome. Great card. Great card. Shout out to Josh Eldridge for hooking that up. My man Cody got knocked out. It was a rough one. I'm cool with Dillashaw too, but Cody just gives a better interview. Dillashaw be dry as hell on the phone every time I talk to him, so I was rooting for Cody. Plus he came from the soil, you know. Old man was in prison all his life and shit. But yeah, he got fucked up. A lot of good fights. But the crazy shit was, man, we got a lot of Shade 45 listeners that watch UFC shit. Shout out to everybody I spoke to and that listens to the show. Like I was just chopping up with mad listeners, man. It was actually like being at one of my book signings. So yeah, if you listen to the show and you see me out, man, holler at the kid, cause I am grateful for the listenership. They used to do this shit called Fight Night at the Palace back in Michigan in the fucking 90s. They would give out free tickets at the pizza place at Hungry Howie's. And we used to go to that shit because it was free, and they make all their money off of parking and fucking selling people beer. And that was awesome. Because the fights would be straight, but just people would be beating the shit out of each other, and it's all poor. It's a bunch of fucking broke motherfuckers that are showing up for it. And so they just show up and then just get drunk and beat the shit out of each other in the audience. It was just you see fucking pockets of fights all over the fucking palace. Fucking classic. Shout out to Pontiac and Waterford and whoever, Holly, whoever else, all those other fucking people throwing hands. Oh, we got a show today. We got ourselves a show today. Tell me what you want, the science of sexual desires and how it can help you improve your sex life. There's this quiz. He's got a 15, Justin Lehmiller. I wish I would tell me how to pronounce names. Every fucking time, right? Every time. They give me this name with like 7 new letters in it and shit. And then I sound like an asshole. Justin Lehmiller.
I support that pronunciation.
He served on the faculty at Harvard, and he's an affiliate in the Kinsey Institute. I can tell you the top fucking 7 fantasies based on his research. Lehmiller. Alex laughing and shit. She be setting me up, man. There's 3 producers here, and every time I crack the fucking mic, sounding like just a fucking bonehead. That Justin Lehmiller? Especially with the doctor too. I'm gonna sound like a fucking. I hope he's not listening. They never are. They never. Let's be real. They're never listening. The sex acts. I'm just cracking the book open. The sex acts Americans fantasize most about and most frequently.
I know this guy is. I heard him this morning on another show on a public radio station here in LA.
For real?
Getting around. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's fucking slanging that book.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want. It's got a good cover. It's got like all these legs and body parts all wrapped up on top of each other like it's some weird fucking Benetton ad turned into an orgy. Fucking hot. We got him. All request hour and news with John. So that'll be good. All right, don't go anywhere. It is an all-out show. We will be back with Justin Lehmiller, PhD. Tell me what you want. The book is out. Find out. We're gonna do the sex quiz. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, man. We're gonna get educated. I got a PhD on the line. Justin Lehmiller wrote the book. Tell me what you want: the science of sexual desire and how it can help you improve your sex life. What's up, Doc?
Hey, Jude. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for writing the book.
Hey, I love to talk about sex, write about sex, whatever. So
how long you been studying sexuality in humans?
For about the last 10 years, I've been teaching college courses on human sexuality. I wrote a textbook on the psychology of human sexuality, and now this book on sex fantasies.
And so, how many people did you talk to, and how did you come up with your conclusions?
So for Tell Me What You Want, I surveyed almost 4,200 Americans. They came from all 50 states, ranged in age from 18 to 87. They represent a lot of diversity in demographic backgrounds. And they completed a survey that contained 369 questions about their sexual fantasies. I asked them about their biggest sex fantasy of all time, hundreds of people, places, and things that they might have ever fantasized about, and lots of questions about their personality, their backgrounds, their sexual histories, so that I could look at how all of those factors are related to what it is that people are fantasizing about.
Did you find that different cultures had different sexual fantasies? You said it was just Americans, so
right.
Have you looked into other countries and within America? Did you find that different cultures tended to like different things?
So I didn't look at how people from different countries might have different fantasies, and that's partly because in this book I wanted to look at how our culture, how American culture might be reflected in our sexual fantasies, such as, say, the celebrities and politicians that people might fantasize about. And also how pornography in American culture more generally might be reflected in our fantasies.
Yeah.
I do think that there are likely to be differences across cultures. That's just not something I really explored in this book.
Yo, I saw like there's some German porn. They just start off by just pissing in the mouth. Like that's even before the blowjob. I'm like, these guys are fucking savage. Like just straight up fucking
sure,
nuts. Like, and I've never really done that to any chick that I've been with. Not that I'm against it, but, you know.
Yeah, so there are certainly differences cross-culturally in terms of the practices that people engage in. And Germany is one culture where they tend to have a much more open sexual climate. I was actually there earlier this year, and, you can pick up magazines around town that tell you the different sex parties that are taking place at different hours of the day, every day of the week. So it's a culture that's much more open with respect to sex in a lot of ways. And so there probably would be differences in people's sex fantasies there. And that's something I would like to look at in future research. America
was settled by kind of like a more puritanical group of individuals. Is that reflected in our fantasies?
I think to some degree it is. America is a very sexually repressed culture. What we're told is acceptable to do when it comes to sex is pretty narrow. What most religions teach is that you should only have sex inside a monogamous marriage and only put penises in vaginas and not do anything beyond that. So I think in a lot of ways, Americans' fantasies are about breaking free of those moral restrictions that we have placed on our sexuality.
You ever get turned on listening to people's fantasies, Doc? Damn, hold on, let me just grab something. What else? And then what else do you want to have happen?
It's not like that. And honestly, if you talk to people who make porn for a living, they'll tell you the same thing, that it's like once you have enough exposure, you really just don't even notice it anymore. It's just data points to me.
All right, let's go. All right, so now that that's established, let's go over some of the top ones. The most top in the list with 89%. This one like crushed. It was having a threesome.
Right. So threesomes and group sex more broadly was, that was the single most popular fantasy theme that emerged in my data. And one thing that I think a lot of people would find surprising is that it wasn't just men who were fantasizing about it. The vast majority of women had threesome and group sex fantasies too. And this was true across different political backgrounds and different ages. And actually, interestingly, as people approached age 40, as they kind of get to mid-age, they're even more likely to fantasize about threesomes and group sex. So we see some interesting changes as people age in terms of what they're fantasizing about.
That's why I went down to hedonism. It was nothing but old people down in that bitch. It was disgusting. But, that's because I was younger. But now that I'm older, I understand. Now, did you? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I do have a question. For the threesomes or group sex, did the girls want two guys or two girls? Or how did that work out?
Mm-hmm. So for heterosexual men, by and large, their preferred threesome is, being with two other women. For heterosexual women, they were more open to the idea of having one of their threesome partners be of the same gender as them. But heterosexual women's preferred threesome is actually with two men. So we see a little bit of a mismatch there in terms of what heterosexual men's and women's ideal threesomes are, and maybe that's why those fantasies don't get acted out all that often.
So the heterosexual women would prefer two men. That makes sense. They get to be like the star of the show. You're like the center of attention.
Right, and that's what you see in both men's and women's threesome fantasies, is they want to be the center of attention, getting all the action. And that does two things. One is it sort of creates this sensory overload where you can just get lost in the moment and all the sensations. And I think that's a big part of what's appealing about threesomes to people. But also when you've got all these other people who are giving you attention at the same time, that makes you feel desired and wanted and validated. So it's meeting your physical and emotional needs.
Did anybody tell you any like fantasies where you were like, I'm going to have to report this person?
I get asked that a lot, and I collected my data anonymously. So even if somebody reported something that was non-consensual, I don't have a way to trace it back and go and report them. However, if somebody is fantasizing about non-consensual activities or things that would likely cause them a lot of harm or someone else a lot of harm if they acted them out, that's a good sign that it's time to seek help.
Did you find that some people like it? I've read in places that some people they do fantasize about rape, not that they want it, but they fantasize about it. Did you come across that in your survey?
Yeah, and a surprising number of men and women described their favorite fantasy of all time as involving themes of rape or forced sex. But I think it's really important to highlight that in these fantasies, by and large, they're not truly fantasizing about rape because it's taking place inside their own head. They're in control of the situation. So it doesn't map onto what a real-world sexual assault is like.
Right. So to dig deeper than that, would it be like the loss of control? Is that what or having control in some aspects? Is that the underlying thing that you?
Yeah. Exactly. It's all about broader themes of dominance and submission, and the forced sex with sort of some token resistance is one way that people are often fantasizing about giving up control and being submissive in bed, and for a lot of people that's a turn on.
Would you put that into the BDSM? I see that's another very popular fantasy that you saw.
Yeah, so BDSM was the second most popular fantasy theme, ranging from mild to wild. For some people, it's more about spankings or just taking on a submissive role. For other people, it's involving more extreme activities that would likely cause more intense pain. But the forced sex fantasies are just one variant of those broader BDSM desires.
I feel like this would be a good spice up your marriage book. You can just throw this out there and then read about it, and then you can start talking about shit. Was that what you did that for? Is this what this was for? Yeah,
there's definitely a big self-help component to this book because so many people in their relationships just aren't comfortable talking about sex with the person they're actually having sex with, which is messed up, right? You'll have sex with them, but you won't talk about sex with them. So what I wanted to do was kind of give people some of the tools to break down the barriers to communication so that they could talk about their fantasies and maybe even act on some of them with their partners too.
All right, so you can help me out. One of my producers, John, he's a fucking cuck. So like, how would he be like, hey, I want to watch, to his girlfriend, hey, I want to watch you get fucked by another guy while I sit in the corner? Like, how do you break the ice on something like that?
That is not something I want to do, Doctor. But...
So that's something you got to work up to. You don't just want to come out and say I'm into cuckolding. So it starts first with establishing a norm of sexual communication and making sure that there's the right level of trust in the relationship, so that you can start talking about your more adventuresome desires. So you kind of start low and then work up to it. And with cuckolding in particular, there are books and articles that I can refer you to on this if you're interested in it. Actually, one of my colleagues, David Lay, wrote a book called Insatiable Wives that's all about men who are interested in...
we got to get him.
Living in these cuckolding relationships. So, yeah, he's a great person to talk to, has a whole book on it.
And if you look on his Instagram, he also is into feminization. So how would you do... How do you tackle that one? These are very tough ones to tackle with your special lady friend.
True, and there's a risk with these sort of gender bending fantasies, and I talk about this in the book, where the sort of cross dressing and feminization fantasies are one of the fantasies that are less likely to work out well in the end.
Yeah,
and I think part of it is because once you engage in that activity, your partner might have a hard time seeing you as masculine or manly again, and so it's sort of the risk in terms of changing the way your partner perceives you. So you got to approach those fantasies with... Yeah,
it's like hard to check your girl after she saw you in a fucking dress and lipstick. Like, I told you to fill up the gas if you're going to use the car, and she's like, bitch, I saw you in some lipstick.
Not in my future. Not in my future.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, doctor, please, I'm not that guy. But carry on. Sorry.
If you follow John's big chin, you will see my further proof. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, no judgment.
I don't judge him either. I just want him to live his best life, and I feel like if he just looks at himself in the mirror. And do you feel like how many couples are actually fulfilling their needs, and like how many couples are actually able to be honest about what they want from their partner?
Not that many. I think it's about, if I remember correctly from my data, there's a lot of statistics in the book. It's about 1 in 5 people who said they had acted on their biggest fantasy of all time. And it's important to note that the vast majority, like 80% or more, say they want to act on their fantasies. So most of us aren't getting what we want when it comes to sex. And I think this book can help give people some of the tools they need to get more of what they want in their sex lives and relationships.
All right, people want to holler at you. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Justin in Akron.
Hey, how's it going, man?
You got the
Great.
You got the Dr. Justin. Go ahead.
Hey, man, how's it going? I just wanted to call in, actually. Kind of some of the stuff you're talking about is kind of hitting, I don't want to say right on the head, but, man, you're basically kind of describing me and my fiance, actually. We just got engaged, and I come to realize that I was starting to notice, we do all the same sexual positions all the time. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, I have that same issue, I have sex with her all the time, but it's about talking about it. Like, what are some tips and tricks, that I could do to like spice up this our sex life, and let her know the things that I want to do, because a lot of the things I want to do,
what do you want to do?
I'm kind of uncomfortable with. Man, I want to put it in her ass one time.
So, doctor, how does he tackle the sodomy subject with her?
Well, I think you got to be careful in the way that you approach this. You certainly don't want your partner to feel like you're pressuring or coercing them into doing something they don't want to do. So you got to be very careful with the way you frame this stuff.
So you don't think you should say, "I just want to put it in your ass one time"?
Generally speaking, not the best strategy.
Okay, all right.
I got so here's the thing, though. I mean, I started to like during sex. I start like. So when I'm eating her out, I'll tickle her butt a little bit. I started to kind of warm her up to the idea. Is that something like, am I following the right steps? Obviously not just jumping right into it, but trying to warm her up a little bit. And then, another question kind of I want to ask too as well.
No, you got one. You got one. All right. So let the doc finish.
So it's certainly better to talk about your desires when you and your partner are both already in the mood, because there's some really interesting research showing that people's disgust response lessens when they're sexually aroused. So people might be more open to trying things when they're already turned on. So, the approach of, making sure that your partner is turned on and into it before you start sharing your desires is a good one.
There you go. Let's go to Barry in Milwaukee. Barry.
Yes, sir. So my question, where did you get the inspiration? What made you come up with this book? Because, like, just on the outside looking in, just hearing your voice, I would just automatically think, like, yeah, there's some motherfucker that doesn't get a lot of pussy.
So
he's attacking your person, doctor. Do you get a lot of pussy?
Hey, I don't talk about my sex life publicly because I'm not some columnist who gives advice based on my own experiences.
Damn.
I give advice based on data. So, I did this research because I'm a scientist and I'm curious about what turns people on and why. So it's not a book about me search. It's not a book about me. It's a book about you and about the 4,000 some people who took this survey.
So you don't got to be like, you're just saying like, you don't got to be a dolphin to study dolphins. You know what I mean? You just observing, asking questions and figuring the shit out.
Exactly. And, there's actually some research where they compared the sex lives of sex researchers to the average person. And what you find is that we're not all that different. We might be more accepting of diversity in sexual practices, but just because we study it doesn't mean that we're doing it or that we're more adventuresome on the whole.
888-742-3345, 888-742-3345. Rudy in Los Angeles. Go ahead, Rudy.
Yo, what's going on, Jude? Dr. J, what's up, man? So, question is, how do I go about, first of all, me and my lady been together for about 10 years plus. We hella 100. I mean, I do all the fucking, all that other shit, but it's like, how do we go about getting another chick in here? And I mean, in a sense, I ain't even got to fuck. But, I mean, how do I go about having her just bang out her pussy or some shit and let me kick it and just watch the show?
So how does he address the whole threesome, the number one fantasy in America? How do you tackle that?
And that's a tough one because what I find is that threesomes are the most common sexual fantasy, but when people actually try to act them out, they're the fantasy that's least likely to work out well. And so I think that's because most people don't have a script for it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have the experience with it. And so they get in there and, they don't know what to do or who's supposed to do what with whom. So that's why you really need strong sexual communication skills at the beginning before you can even contemplate acting on something like a threesome, because that's a very adventuresome fantasy that takes a lot of communication and coordination.
Yeah, because, like, some girls, they like the idea of watching their man smash another chick, but then other girls, they like the idea of being with another chick, and then that would, based on that, that knowing that information, you would know where you're supposed to come. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And
I wouldn't come on the other girl if your girl was just into eating pussy. You know what I mean? That might bum her out.
Then there's also the question of just sort of how do you decide on who the other person's going to be? Someone that you're both, mutually into, and that can be a tough and challenging thing in and of itself. Some people have a hard time finding just one partner, let alone getting a whole group together.
This is like, you can find girls that are like semi truck parking lots and shit like that.
Hey, whatever works for you.
There's a quiz I want to take with you. I guess you can guess what if I answer these questions, you can tell it'll give you a good indication of what my sexual desire is.
It would likely tell me some things about the things that are going to turn you on and the things that might turn you off. It's not 100% because everybody's different, but there are some things that are reliably associated with certain sexual fantasies.
All right, let's run through this. This not to put you on the spot or no shit like that, I'll keep it 100 with you. The first one is, do you got the questions, or should I ask myself and answer them?
Go ahead, you can start.
All right, how old are you? I am 40. What is your sexual orientation? I am straight. Do you have a religious affiliation? No. Are you Democrat or Republican? I am neither. What was your first sexual experience like? Her pussy smelled like a garbage can, and I nutted real fast. And I ruined my Nautica shirt. And it was in a church parking lot. Have you ever been the victim of a sex crime? I don't think so, but you know how that shit goes when like people block shit out in their brain. So I'm gonna say no. Are you current? But my dad did used to give me like porn when I was little. So what you can just answer that however you want, Doc. Are you currently experiencing any sexual problems? It's been hard for me to nut during coitus. Do you have compulsive sexual urges? Yes. How do you feel about your current relationship? I don't have anything serious, but I'm happy with the people I see. What is your attachment style? What does that mean? Like doggy style, that type of shit?
No, that means more kind of when you're in a relationship, are you worried about the other person leaving you? How comfortable are you with being emotionally close to someone else?
I got intimacy issues.
Okay.
Are you organized and care about details? Somewhat. Would you describe yourself as outgoing and social? Yes. How much do you care about other people's problems? I'm like, I say 60%. I'm not a selfish bastard. I care about other people's problems. I just want them to solve their own problems. How well do you handle stress? Decent. How do you feel about yourself? There's a mix of pride and self-loathing.
Mm-hmm.
So what is my sexual desire, doctor?
Well, so most people have multiple desires, but based on the pattern of responses that you reported, it sounds like group sex is going to be something that's kind of high up there because you're someone who is approaching age 40, and that's what we see as interest in group sex increases as people get to about age 40, and it stays high through the mid-50s. You're also male. You're someone who handles stress well, and based on some of the other characteristics, group sex is one, and also just novelty fantasies more generally, just trying new and exciting sexual positions in new settings.
There you go. I just like girls that tell me awful things while I'm fucking them. Like just disgusting things they've done. That's my favorite shit.
Hey, everybody's got their thing. No judgment from me.
No, I don't judge them either. I just love that shit. It's fucking awesome. Let's go to Kyle in Milwaukee. In case you're just tuning in, Tell Me What You Want is the book that is out. The Science of Sexual Desire and How It Can Help You Improve Your Sex Life. Dr. Justin Lehmiller wrote the book, and I think this is a good way to kind of break the ice with that special someone in your life about what you really want out of your sex life. Let's go to Kyle.
Hey, Jude.
Yeah, and you got the doc. Go ahead.
Hey, Doc. So it's really weird. I have this weird fetish where I'm not gay, but like I'm into the idea of a guy like pissing on a guy's bare feet and then licking it off. And I'm not gay. It's just something that, came about when we were all buddies, like just driving on the road one day. We got pulled over because there's an accident, and my buddy had his feet dangling out the window, and I pissed on his feet, and it was funny. We got a rush out of it, but ever since then, it's like I go towards piss porn. And I'm just wondering, Is that gay or is that gay adjacent or no?
I would say it's a straight.
So actually, a lot of people, male and female, have same-sex fantasies. They can take a lot of different forms, and for some people, it might involve a fetish element, like what you described. For other people, it doesn't. The question of is it gay is really about how you identify. And there are people who have same-sex fantasies who identify as straight, and hey, that's their identity, and I don't question it. It's for me as a scientist, I try and distinguish the behavior from the identity. So you can call it whatever you want in terms of your identity and what you're comfortable with.
So there you go, Kyle. You just like to piss on dudes' feet, and then
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm into, man. I don't know.
Do you want to be the one that licks it off, or do you want someone else to lick it off?
Weird. Sometimes I fantasize about actually like licking it off. Like it's fucking weird, but I don't know.
You're next level, bro. That's
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Hey,
You know, there's actually a lot of body fluid fetishes I found in my research, and urine is just one of them. There's actually a lot of breast milk fetishes that people have. Women who want to be milked, men who want to drink it. So this can take a lot of different forms.
I found myself once or twice jerking off to breastfeeding on YouTube before. So there you go.
And that's often all about the dominant submission dynamic too. Whether it's somebody urinating on someone else or somebody drinking breast milk, it's often about just establishing that dominant submissive dynamic.
Let's go to Scott in Pittsburgh.
Hey, Jude. Hey, Doc.
Go ahead.
Hey, I just had a comment real quick. You guys hit the nail right on the head when it came to Germany. I was in the Army. I was there for 8 years, and I'll tell you what, we got our cable hooked up, and the first night, right after 8 o'clock, kind of right after The Simpsons would come on, they'd have these hotline numbers for these gay porn and the straight porn, all these different numbers. It was just explicit porn right on the TV. This is public, normal cable channels. And I was in the rape fantasy thing too. I was with a girl for about 3 months. She was into all kind of stuff, and usually I'll give anything a try at least once, but she came down to this one thing. She wanted me to hide out by this club she was going to 3 weeks later and jump out of the bushes and beat her up and rape her. And I kind of tapped out on that situation. But you hit the nail right on the head when it came. That just was a real quick comment.
Wow, that's crazy. Is that common? The whole the whole plan, in 3 weeks you're gonna jump out of a bush and fucking attack me. Is that a common one?
I don't know that I've heard it necessarily described in those exact terms, but what I can tell you is that the people who took my survey, while a lot of them found forced sex and rape to be an appealing fantasy, most people who had it didn't want to act it out because they were concerned about the other person maybe going too far and for it to actually turn into a sexual assault. So that's one of those fantasies where you got to be really careful when it comes to how you act it out to make sure that it's consensual.
You really need a safety word, real talk, for that shit.
And honestly, you need a safe word for almost any sex fantasy you're acting out, including threesomes and group sex. It's easy for one partner to start feeling jealous or want to get out of the situation. So it's always a good idea to have an exit strategy in place.
Yeah, man, you watching your girl get doing some threesome, and your girl starts getting piped, and she's making some weird moan that she never makes, and your heart starts breaking. So you need to be like popsicle. You need to yell out the safety word to make her stop.
To just make sure it's a word you're not likely to just randomly say during sex anyway.
There it is. Let's go to Shamani.
Yes, Shamani.
Go ahead.
Hi. First off, I want to say what you're doing is amazing. Super respect and honor this work. It's so needed. And my question is, I've been in a partnership for 6 years. I'm bisexual. And, of course, he wants threesomes and women. And most men do. And I'm super down with it. But I want to be able to bring a woman in and then also a man in at some point. And how do I go about approaching this with him? It's sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, that's a complex subject because, when it comes to threesomes, like we said, men and women might have different preferences for the gender of the partner. And so the way you kind of need to approach it is that you're kind of taking turns, right? That this fantasy might be a little bit more about fulfilling your desires, and next time it'll be a little more about fulfilling my desires. So it's all about, having a little bit of give and take and a willingness to try and make your partner happy. And as long as you got that mutual willingness on both sides, it's likely that you can make it work.
Have a safe word, too, if the jealousy comes up and you're going too far,
Absolutely. With threesomes, it's you don't know how you're going to feel until you get in that situation, and your feelings can change really quick.
Thank you so much.
Here's an interesting one we'll end with. Chevy in Gainesville.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Go ahead. You got the doc on.
Yeah, this guy I used to know used to pay me to sit on the toilet and pee. He likes to hear it. And after I pee, he sits over it and jacks off while I yell at him, like, your mom, I'm going to tell your mom you're a stupid motherfucker. Like, and he gets off on it. Like, you're going to tell my mom? Jacking off like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tell your mom, you nasty bastard, and things like that. So people have funny fantasies. I got paid lovely. Yeah.
Anything to add to that there, Doctor?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch what's the question there.
I don't think she had one. I think she just wanted to tell you about a guy jerking off into her urine while she yelled at him and got paid for it. I thought there was going to be a question. I don't think there was one.
Hey, that's why my job's fun. I'm learning new things every day.
Yeah. You could do a whole research paper on our show.
Yeah, I'm sure I could.
We're something special. Tell Me What You Want is the book. You can get it anywhere. Amazon, that's just your click away on your phone. Tell Me What You Want. Dr. Justin Lehmiller. It's Lehmiller. And this is a really great way to kind of break the ice with the loved one in your life, to try to spice things up. Thanks for doing that. I think it's good. I think it's good for us. I appreciate that, Doc.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And next time you got another book, you call up and we'll chop it the fuck up. Or if you ever get out here to L.A.
Sounds great. I would be happy to.
All right, my man. That's Dr. Justin Lehmiller. Let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, it's an all-out request hour. This is your chance to take over the fucking show. 888-742-3345. Call up, request a song you want to hear, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it for you because I'm feeling fucking magnanimous. You're welcome. On a Monday. Let's get it going. 888-742-3345. All Out Show. Beach.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. It is the All Out Show. All request hour. Call up. Let us know what you want to hear, and we will play it. Scott in Las Vegas. What do you want to hear, Scott?
Yeah, can I hear some Immortal Technique, No Mercy?
Immortal Technique, No Mercy. We don't play enough of that shit. We got you with a little Immortal Technique. That conscious shit right there. That's that conscious rap, man. Open up your third eye type shit, son. Fuck the man type shit, bro. We got you.
All right, cool.
My man. Let's go to Chris in Brooklyn. Chris.
Yo, what's up?
What up, though, man?
What's good?
Man, you know, we out here. We doing it. How you doing out there in Brooklyn? What it look like?
Excellent. I'm in fucking traffic right now, but I said, you know what? I always listen to you guys every day, man. I don't miss you for nothing.
I appreciate that, man, from the bottom of my heart, man. We ain't none without our listeners, man. Real talk.
Right, thank you. Listen, could you just do me one favor, man? There was something bad that happened out here in New York City. It's called hashtag Justice for Junior. He was attacked real bad, stabbed up real bad.
Damn.
Just give his family some love, man. The Guzman family. Just give them some love for me, man.
All right, love goes out to the Guzman family. What do you want to hear, man?
All right, I want to hear Feel It in the Air.
Beanie Siegel? Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. Joe in Texas.
Jude, thank you, man.
You got it, man. Joe in Texas.
Hey, what's up, Jude? Pleasure talking to you, bro. Can you play some Mr. Big? Take that shit to trial.
Take that shit to trial, bitch. Take that shit to trial.
Hey, I never heard it on the station, bro, so see if you can hook it up.
Man, you don't listen to my pill mix enough, because you know I play the fuck out of that shit. You better take that shit to trial, bitch. Take that shit to trial.
Hell yeah.
My man. Well, we'll jump off into that right now. Take that shit to trial, bitch.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Hey there. You missed any of the show? Well, you should go to Sirius.com/on-demand. Listen, on demand, a la carte. Fucking just me talking. Blah, blah, blah. And you can listen on your app if you get the Sirius app. There it is. My Instagram is at one more Jude, and my Twitter is at rude_Jude. You can tweet me. I don't even know if people use it anymore. But fuck it, I'm there. And my Facebook is at All Out Show. Keenan likes that shit because he's like 1,000. Because most of our listeners are 52.
Oh, man. No, see, the reason is because when I log into the app,
yeah,
like to use my personal Facebook,
Yeah.
I'll see the notification.
Right.
Rather than Instagram, I have to log into the All Out Show app and then check the DMs. And
just too much. All those steps. Fucking Jesus Christ. All right, so yeah, that's why. So if you really want to get it, if you really want it to be seen, go to Facebook and hit us up on the Facebook page. Pretend like it's 2007 and hit us up on Facebook. Go back in time. And yeah. All right, news is coming up. We got the Kardashians are ruining things or some shit. Like, I love how scientists come out with shit I've been saying. Like, yeah, the Kardashians are ruining shit, dog. Like, it's bad for you. But now scientists will tell. Now we got a scientist to co-sign me. And face tattoos. What's in it for you? Fuck. I don't know. Just trying to get these motherfuckers interested. Face tattoos. How will it affect you? And there's some other shit, but I can't remember. I'm sure John will, and he'll tell you all about it. That is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It is the All Out Show.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
New York Times is running a story about face tattoos.
Hey.
Pointing out that they're going mainstream.
I remember, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just, what are you going to do now to show like that you don't give a fuck about society anymore? Like, now that face tattoos are mainstream. What can you do?
Well, there's this one place, Chicago Tattoo and Piercing. They've been around since 1973. Employees have a name for tattoos on the hands, neck, or face. We call them job stoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not just for gang members anymore. It's like fucking everyone's doing that shit. You see these rappers? It looks like someone doodled on their face. Like they fell asleep at a white person party back in the 90s. And got hit with the Sharpie. That's what it looked like.
I've got some of them here. Some rappers.
All of that shit.
Little Xan.
Little Mistake.
All these people.
Little Peep. Little Poop. 6ix9ine.
Our friend.
Dick Bag.
But this one.
Oh, that guy is the fucking idiot.
Holy shit.
He's got Anne Frank on his fucking face.
What is going on?
Bro, you better know. You better know you better be an Anne Frank fucking expert. You better be giving fucking lectures on Anne Frank in Harvard if you're gonna fucking put her on your face. I bet you he ain't even read the whole book. All these motherfuckers. It's just like look, man. I'm old enough to remember like when the tattoo craze got like trendy. It used to be like bikers, sailors, like construction motherfuckers, hood dudes, like it was a real niche thing. And then come to like the late 90s, moms were getting dolphins on their fucking ankles and they're taking their kids in, they're getting fucking, and then it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. You know, lip, back of the neck. Now we're onto the face.
I put the hashtag into Instagram, and look at that. 318,000 showed up. Look at this young lady.
Stupid.
Man,
Dumb.
Is that even... I hope that's not real. I mean...
You know the crazy shit is, like, most of the people I hang out with don't have tattoos. Like, what are the odds? Like, it's like self-selection. I don't know what it is about us, but we just don't rock tats. There's nothing that I like enough to fucking put on me forever. I love my dick. What am I gonna do? Get a tattoo of my dick next to my dick? And sometimes I even be mad at my dick. Like, you dumb fucker. Why'd I do that? Thinking with you again. Yeah. That's like, hey, look, man, if you're a hairstylist, fucking go for it. That's actually, like, if you're a hairstylist or makeup artist or some shit like that, or a rapper or in some artistic shit, like, that's just like wearing a tie. That's the crazy shit. You're not even a fucking individual. You're just wearing that uniform. You just chose that uniform. You're dressing for that job. But you ain't gonna be managing shit. I swear to God. Like, if I'm at some job and somebody with a bunch of tattoos on his face tries to tell me where to put the fucking Xerox paper or some shit, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Now, if he wants to tell me where the bricks are, I'll be like, all right. He'll be like, go break those down into ounces. Be like, okay, boss. You know what I mean? Like, that's a whole different thing. But, like, no. Fuck out of here.
Well, this guy here, his name is Travis, and he's a creative director here in L.A. He works with musicians.
Yeah, he can have them. He's fine.
Well, what he's saying is that this was a commitment to his artistic life that he's not turning back. But he's just got this little lightning bolt.
Let me see.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. What a bitch. He's got like a lightning bolt. It looks like stitches. It looks like he's got stitches next to his thing. Travis. I don't know the guy, but I got a feeling that when his parents die, he'll have an inheritance to fall back on. His way to stay committed there, chimp.
He's saying there's no normal job anymore.
Nah.
Moving
Hey,
ahead.
fucking
Badass.
fuck that. I'm fucking Travis with no I. I'm fucking crazy. 2 V's, no, just S. I hate everything about that fucking guy. I think I often talk about this. Like the female postal, I got the mail lady, and she's got the giant plugs in her fucking ear. I'm like, you not moving up. Like, yo, you not moving up.
Surprised that they'll let that slide with the post office.
Look, man, they pretty open about certain shit, but it's just like, you clearly don't want to be the manager of the fucking place. Even if you take it out, your shit looks like 2 blown out assholes. I don't know. Whatever.
But they're obviously doing this to get bigger on social media. You can gain attention this way. So,
yeah, remember, who was it, Gucci? He got the fucking ice cream cone on his face and shit. Like, cats talked about that forever. What's the next shit gonna be? Like cutting your tongue in half, like they do in the.
I don't know where you
splitting
go.
your tongue like a lizard, or putting the fucking devil horns inside of your head.
All that stuff seems so gross. Like body modification.
Bod mod. I'm the bod mod. Yeah, I don't know either. Well, there it is. Boom. You're not in it. Hey, everybody, let's get together and be fucking. Let's all buck the system together the exact same way. I'm a real individual. We're all individuals. Let's do the exact same thing. We're free thinkers. Let's all not conform to society exactly the same way as each other. We'll show them we're not sheep.
How would you rank if your daughter came up and said, "Hey, Dad, I want to get a"?
I told you I had the whole fucking. I had the whole.
Oh, I remember that.
I told her I said just to get it next to your crotch, and that shut her down.
That's right. I remember that now. Sorry.
You can't fucking push hard against it. I'm like, yeah, just get it next to your crotch. Because I did tell, I was like, look, man, you start getting tattoos, like, nobody didn't get a job because he didn't have enough tattoo. You know, no one didn't hire me because I didn't have a tattoo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, he didn't have enough tattoos. I can't hire him. Anyway, give me something else.
There's a study which is looking at shows like the Kardashians and just all these reality shows that focus on wealth, and they're turning us into bad people. Well, those that watch these shows and enjoy them. And
that's like half of them. It's one of the most popular shows in America. Like,
well, it's turning viewers into cold-hearted monsters with no empathy for poor people, a new study suggests.
Are you kidding me? All I see is fucking empathy for fucking poor people. I literally posted I posted some shit today on my fucking Instagram about, like, at the Family Dollar where they're like, people kept stealing Pampers and shit, kept stealing diapers. We're like, no one's making you come and your girl. Could you please stop fucking, if you're going to have kids, could you please stop stealing the diapers? And it was like, you know, it's just jokes. And then there's always got to be some asshole out there. It's such a sad state that someone has to steal diapers for their children. # America. It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking. No one's forcing them to have fucking kids. You can't afford to have a fucking kid and buy diapers, man. Like, fucking have a nut on your stomach, like regular people.
With their trusty abortion.
Yeah, they got Planned Parenthood. Like, that's the whole. Isn't that the whole deal? Like, isn't that the whole thing behind Planned Parenthood? Like, it's huge.
But they're pointing out this is the London School of Economics. It's a serious place, and they found that even 60 seconds of exposure to materialism is enough to significantly decrease how people feel towards those who are less fortunate. So those caught up in these shows just get so obsessed with.
I don't watch those shows, and I'm pretty fucking. I've turned heartless.
You kind of are. You are.
Look, man, dude, back in the day, man, like, I was like, a man shouldn't be judged on how much he can consume and all that shit. But now, like, I walk through the fucking neighborhood, and I'm like, God damn, for real? On Hollywood, there's just poop everywhere. There's human poop. They have pets because they don't want to be alone and homeless in a fucking tent. And there's pet poop. There's just shit everywhere, dude.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I only got so much compassion. I got some compassion, like, I feel for you, you know, like I'm rooting for you. I'd love to see you do well. But ixnay on the shay, bro. Like, you're fucking killing me.
Oh, I think I stepped in some human shit the other day walking past one of those camps. It was that or a dog, but I'm pretty sure.
And you know that's that motherfucking, like, pork and beans shit or whatever fucking free bologna sandwiches they get at the needle exchange shit. It's disgusting.
But they found here that people who regularly watch these shows are more likely to have stronger materialistic and anti-welfare attitudes than lighter consumers of the shows. So, again, this is a serious school, man. London School of Economics.
All right, that's cool. Look, I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who watches that fucking show, bro. Like, somebody watches the show. Like, I can't even wrap. That's the least of our problems with the Kardashians. That's all I'm saying. We're literally just putting on people that are famous for being famous. They have no fucking skill whatsoever. They bring nothing to the table but their name. I've said it time and time again. They're literally famous because fucking Brandy had a hit in the 90s, and then Brandy had a brother, and then that brother had a dick, and that dick went inside of Kim Kardashian, and Kim had a fat ass. And now I got to hear about them for the next fucking 20, and they're billionaires. That's more disgusting to me than They're not compassionate enough. It's like, well, look at the bullshit we're buying into, man. It's fucking gross. And then it's producing these people that don't want to be good at anything. They don't want to be skilled. They just want money and fame. And we're perpetuating a society that fucking does that. Half those fucking face tap motherfuckers you showed me, they're not skilled. They're just fucking trolls, dude. They're garbaggio.
Garbage people.
But if you know, you're only saying that because you're poor and you ride the bus and you want people to feel bad for you.
No, that's not it at all.
No, that's not enough. Yeah.
I can see how people who are drawn to those shows would have a sort of a strange view of society.
Look, man, I feel for broke motherfuckers, but I know that everybody is out for themselves. So everybody that feels all bad for broke people, they might show up and give somebody a scoop of potatoes on Thanksgiving. That's about as far as it goes. And all of my fucking rich fucking feeling sorry for broke motherfuckers, they got big ass houses. I don't see them they don't got no immigrants living in that bitch. They ain't got no motherfucking homeless motherfuckers living in their extra rooms. So they can feel as bad as they want, but their actions are saying, fuck you. That's all I'm saying. So, like, hey, if you broke, no one's looking out for you. You're going to have to go get it yourself. They not looking out for you, bro. Don't listen to them. Listen to the Kardashian people. No one gives a fuck about you. Go get it yourself. It sucks. Go get it. John.
Yes, I show up every day.
I know John's waiting to get saved and shit.
That's not coming. I accepted that a long time ago. So there's now a growing backlash against using your phone all the time. And that's relative, but there's some stories about it. This one out of the UK, and they're just pointing to certain restaurants that are offering up days where, okay, it's, no phone Friday. You got to put your phone in a bag, stuff like that. But then also other celebrities that are deciding to ditch their phones altogether because they're now saying, oh, look, now I'm reconnecting with people around me. I'm not obsessed with my phone and checking it all the time.
I don't want to fucking say that I said that shit first, but what I've been saying.
You're saying you're going to do it, but
flip phone. I got to sell the fucking shit. I still got to fuck. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment, John. I'm not living high on the hog here. I'm driving a Volt in a 1-bedroom. I don't think I've reached fucking flip phone status with fuck you money.
That'd be nice.
I don't have fuck you money. I got to fucking post 7 things a day on fucking Instagram to try to get people to buy my fucking book money.
Yeah, there's one guy they spoke to, Simon Cowell. He's that huge entertainment exec. He's saying that he gave his phone for the past 10 months.
Simon Cowell, the one from American Idol, where you always see his nipples.
I mean, I just can't believe this is real.
That's a nipply motherfucker, bro. I feel like they keep that studio about 47 degrees just to show off his fucking titties. Oh, don't rush and turn it off, John. Everybody knows it's you. Everyone knows it's you every fucking day.
Not every
the fucking
time.
Dings.
Fucking Outlook.
Oh, fucking Outlook. All right, so that's cool. All right, so they're putting it's crazy, man. Like I go on my little G walks and I'll walk by these sidewalk cafes and shit, and everyone's on their phone. Every fucking single person's on their phone. Like they're all sitting, and the one I go by is like this French cafe, which is supposed to be all like cute, and you're sitting on the sidewalk, and it's all for people watching, like one would do while in Paris or some shit like that. And they overcharge you for steak and shit, like it's steak and frites or whatever the fuck they do, and like no one like has combos and people watches. They just I walked by the other day, and it was everybody's face was in the phone. Everybody. Yeah,
it's terrible. I try not to do it at the bar, but I always do. And the people next to me, even this hot lady, she was on the phone. I was like, this is it, man. I'm missing my chance here with this lady. But she's on her phone, I'm on my phone. Not that I've done anything anyway.
Who knows, John?
Who knows?
You act like you lost before the game.
I know.
They're they sitting there getting drunk. They apt to make some bad decisions. You could be that bad decision. You ever had a chin in your asshole and a tongue on your clit at the same time? I got a girthy chin, babe. Fucking fill you up. Fill up that asshole. Yeah.
It's not a bad line.
Give you that Mac tonight. Yeah, baby.
It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so what are they going to do? Put them in bags?
Oh, that's an option. But then they also point to these various apps that you can download for your phone that will tell you how much time you're spending on it. Also, just shut it down if you're spending too much time on it. Just that sort of idea.
I'll be on my phone all the motherfucking time. I'm playing goddamn. I've been watching Shark Tank because, you know, I've been trying to rest up. So I just sit there and watch Shark Tank and play on my phone. And I'm like, that's a stupid deal. Even though I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, it's a good deal. Good deal. That one's going to do well.
Well, this one company, Offcam, they're finding that on average people check their smartphones once every 12 minutes. Does that sound like you?
Probably. I'm grabbing at it. Yeah. Fucking. Yeah, it's nothing I'm proud of. Like it's. I'm about as proud of that as my drug habits. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something I own, but it's nothing like that is making me a better person. But whatever, man. Celebrities not using phones. Yeah, shit is the fucking devil, dude.
But Simon's talking a big game here. How could a guy that dialed in not use his phone on a regular basis?
That's why, because he's that dialed in. That guy's got fuck you money, fuck your mom money, fuck your cousin money, fuck your neighbor money, fuck the horse you rode in on money. He got all that type of money.
He doesn't care.
He don't give a fuck.
He'll call you back later.
Yeah. He ain't waiting on a call from nobody.
What am I talking about?
You're waiting on a call from him. He doesn't need that shit. Real talk. But I seen some of the bras he smashed, and I'm like, really, dude? You worked that hard? You worked that hard? She looked like my foot, son.
No way. Really? I've seen some of those women. They're hot.
I must have saw the wrong pictures, because I saw a couple. I'm like, for real? Really? Show me some Simon Cowell. Whatever. Just tell me the good news.
She's pretty hot. Here's the lineup.
Oh, she's bad.
Yeah, look at these people.
Those are all the people?
Well, I mean, this is one of them at least.
Lauren Silverman? Sure. No, that's not the one I saw.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind her.
The one I saw was like, I think she was like, oh yeah, he's got some bad chicks. I take it back. Yeah. I take it back. He must have been, maybe he was like at a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing with an ugly family. Cause I was like, ugh, she's all right. She ain't dope. Oh, she's kind of pretty. She's got a handsome face. You know what I mean? She'll age well. She'll be beautiful well into her 60s. Some of them chicks with the faces are too cute. They once they hit like 40, they look ugly than a motherfucker.
One more.
All right, give me some. You can't help yourself.
Sorry,
this is the fucking.
Never mind,
you're looking at the fucking autism of John. One more picture. Time doesn't matter.
Please be rich.
Hold on 1 second. Must find more girls. What you got? Let's hear some good news.
And now, time for good news.
This is over in your world of Michigan. This is Burton. They're saying it's near Flint, but it's a Walmart cashier. And then she witnessed this person who is disabled, and she was turned away from a nail salon because, she's disabled and shakes a bit. So then, well, hey, what are you going to do? And so the Walmart cashier...
It was like, how we supposed to paint your nails, man? You keep shaking? Is that that the whole deal?
Isn't that incredible? I mean, is that fucking
That's
terrible?
How cold, bro.
Damn. But then this Walmart cashier, Ebony Harris, she saw this, then skipped her break, and then took Angela Peters into a Subway and then did her nails for her. There's a little story about it here.
All right, let's see it.
I just wanted to make her day special. I didn't really want her day to be ruined. That's why I did it. Because, and plus, she's a sweetie.
Together, the two picked out some polish and posted up at the subway for a manicure.
And, you know, she moved her hands a little bit and she kept saying she was sorry. And I told her, don't say that. I said, you're fine.
A simple act of patience and kindness.
Bro, this just gonna make me cry, dog.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This shit is beautiful.
And I already felt comfortable with it because, like I said, I felt the moment a lot.
We're not trying to bash the nail salon. We're not trying to make them lose customers, make them look bad, but maybe spread awareness that no matter the person, who they are, what color they are, disability, whatever, they're people too.
All right, it goes on.
Man, she's just trying to, bro. I'm welling up, bro. Like I'm straight up tearing this.
I know.
Yo, man, she just trying to get her fucking nails painted, man. Like you saw, she got dealt a fucking tough hand, man.
She's cerebral palsy.
Yeah, she got cerebral palsy, bro. Like,
but Ebony Harris.
Fuck, son. Yo, I'm welling up. That shit touched my heart, dog. Motherfucker can't even, like, shout out to Eb Harris, man. That was cool as hell. That was the first good news that actually touched my my cold soul.
Yeah, isn't that tough? But Ebony Harris.
That was the
turned it
first
around.
good news. You give me puppies, I don't give a fuck. But like, yo, this lady's like just wants to fucking get her nails done, feel pretty, just fucking do what everyone else does. And they're gonna turn her away, and then Eb steps in, and then she was like, "I'm sorry, I'm shaking." Oh, bruh.
I know.
Fucking. Oh, man, play some music, man. I'm fucking welling up, bro.
All right.
Life is beautiful.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, that was the show. I want to thank Dr. or PhD Justin Lehmiller. John doesn't news, and he is a producer, allegedly, and Keenan is on the phones, and associate producer here, Young Peasy, did like the fucking one of them breaks, and then Chris did the boards on the other breaks, and Alex is the fucking the producer. My name is Jude Anthony Angelini. I appreciate y'all listening. If you want to follow the show, you can go to @AllOutShow on everything, and even on Facebook. All Out Show. Are we on Black Planet? Well, we're on all the old shit. No, we're not. Fuck.
I think we skipped that one.
Just Facebook. Check out our Friendster page. Just waiting for this Facebook shit to die, son. My shit is One More Jude on Instagram. And I even tried to do a live where I talk to you guys daily. So, there. Yeah. That's the show. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good